What's going on, family? My name is Maurice F. Martin, and this is another episode of today's Inspiration. Listen, so many people are wondering, how do I take my life to the next level? How do you level up spiritually? How do you level up emotionally? How do you level up physically? How do you level up? And sometimes it's so complicated because the last time that you leveled up, that you got that promotion you'd been working for, that you were able to accomplish that thing that you were wishing for, praying for, working for, grinding for, you found out that what you were working for was way harder than you thought it would be. And it's left you in a little bit of a funk, and it's left you stuck, wondering, is this it for me? Am I going to be stuck at this level forever? And I believe that I have 3 tips for you to consider for taking your life to another level. And the first one is simple. One of the first things you need in your life is an attitude of gratitude. It's this understanding that whatever challenges I'm facing are customized for me to take my life to another level. And if I embrace those challenges rather than running from those challenges, how could it develop me, change me, enhance me, and prepare me for my next level? I love what it says in the book of James when it says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let that perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." Now think about that for a second. Sometimes it's my immaturities that are holding me back. Sometimes I just need to get a little bit more stick-to-itness. I need to get stronger, longer, so that I can face the challenges over time. Because the next level of my life is just going to be a harder level to overcome. So whatever's in front of you, embrace the challenge. That's step 1. Step number 2 is make sure that you are honest with yourself about the situation you're in. I hear so many gurus, so many teachers telling you that the key to life is embracing your truth, chasing after your truth, pursuing your truth, then living your truth. I tend to disagree. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people who teach it responsibly, and their perspective on your truth is 100% right. But let me tell you about the wrong way to pursue your truth. You look around at the things, the hindrances in your life, and you say, well, they're a hater, everywhere a hater. And the reason that I'm not bossing up, that I'm not leveling up, is because I have too many haters. So I just need to figure out how to rise up above the haters. And that's your only mindset and your only mentality. See, that's the kind of mentality that keeps people stuck and keeps people sick. Your truth need to be rooted in the truth. And sometimes your haters are the people that expose the real truth and real flaws in your plan and show you what you need to work on. Sometimes your haters are letting you know, hey, your work level needs to go to another level to reach another level. Your dedication, your perseverance, your attitude, your skill set needs to go to another level. Make sure that you are always honest with yourself about the truth of the situation. Also, make sure that you are healing from your past traumas, your past trials, and your past issues. See, sometimes the reason you're not leveling up in your life is because you haven't dealt with your past. Have you healed from your heartache? Have you mourned your heartbreak? Have you been able to take a look at the real situations in your life and grow from them and learn from them so that those tests become today's lessons and wisdom? The third thing that I want you to think about when it's time to boss up, when it's time to level up in your life, is that this is going to be hard, and you have to embrace the difficulty. See, one of the worst things I can do is to set myself up to believe that this is going to be simple, because then over time I find myself beat up and beat down, and then I can't stand back up. Listen, remember when you used to play old school video games? You would beat one level, you'd be so hype about beating that level, and then you always realize that the next level is way harder. And when you reach the end of that level and it's finally time to level up, it's always this huge boss that is far worse than anything in the level itself. You're always going to have a big boss to face, and sometimes that big boss is in here, and sometimes that big boss is in here, and sometimes it is the circumstances of a situation. But make sure that you are honest with yourself about the fact that this is not going to be easy. But my grandmother's always told me in my life that anything that is worth having is worth the struggle. And listen, I'm going to leave you with this because I'm already on this video game thing. Video games are in my head. Man, I was thinking about Mario Brothers the other day. And Mario Brothers had me tripping on faith. Watch this. See, Mario was in the world, but not of the world. And as he looked around, he saw the enemy all around. And all Mario could do was run and leap. And when he leaped, he could come down on the enemy's head. And here's the thing, if you played the game, you knew, like, when you jumped, you jumped and you rose up in the air, right? And sometimes when you jumped, you were trying to get to new heights, but you hit your head. And that's frustrating when you hit your head, but sometimes when you hit your head, it built value. And if you really got good at playing Mario, the thing is, you would watch a person play and they would just be jumping and jumping and jumping, and they would be jumping when there was nothing around them that made sense. And people would say, why are you playing the game like that? It don't take all that. But see, you understood that those leaps of faith could give you what was called extra life. Sometimes you would jump, and in the middle of nowhere you would grow, you would develop, you would get more value because you were just leaping when the rest of the world didn't understand why. And so one of the things that you're going to need to level up in your life is the courage to take the leaps of faith and steps of faith that are necessary. Sometimes the people around you aren't going to understand why you're praising God when you are in the middle of the level. Sometimes they're not going to understand why you allow yourself to smile after a failure. They're not going to understand why it is that you're saying you feel great when they're watching you fall and stumble. And the truth is that when you understand that value can be built anytime you go through a thing, then it helps you win the game. Value comes from anywhere you let it, so consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. And let that perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Listen, I hope that this blessed somebody, helped somebody, encouraged somebody. Do me a favor, leave a comment below and let me know, what is it that you're trying to accomplish right now? What is the big thing that you're working towards? And I'll try to leave a comment response back to you, maybe give you some encouragement, or if I got any advice for you. So let me know, what are you trying to grind for? Also, please make sure you hit like if you watched this video. It helps so tremendously for the channel. Lastly, please share this video with anyone that you know that needs to hear it. I thank you guys for your time today. My name is Maurice F. Martin, and this has been another episode of Today's Inspiration.